Welcome to my workshop. Let's discover what tools teach us about life. Take a look at this happy little tool. This is the Klein Tools flip socket. This has 6 socket sizes on 3 sockets. The nice way this tool works is you pull down on this mechanism right here and it slides everything out. You'll notice I have mine modified. You'll find out about that in later videos. Simply, whatever socket is in use is pulled out. You can see there's a magnet there, it wants to pull it. And then the other sockets come out from the bottom. Okay, so we start off here with our 1/4 inch bit tube, I guess I'll call it. You have the magnet at the end and a ball detent. The ball detent helps hold our sockets on there. When it's in its most compact form, it's pretty secure. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But basically, each one goes on after each other. So you'll notice inside here that there's different little dents, detents, I guess you could call them. Inside of here, there's a little tiny ball detent, I assume, that gets stuck in there to keep it kind of in its place. But as you can see, it's pretty jiggly, and I tend to kind of push them up because they feel more secure that way. I want to show you the jiggly test, and not jiggly this way, jiggly this way. So when everything's kind of packed up, these kind of have a little bit of wiggle to them. And if I put it to its next position, which is a position that allows it to hold bits, you'll see, first of all, the bits feel pretty secure in them when I'm holding the socket, but when I'm not holding the socket, there's a little bit of play there, and I don't love that, and they all have it when they're on here, so I can show you real quickly. Oh, this one always gets stuck for me, I'll put this guy on here. You can see here that it goes pretty deep there, but I'm not sure if you can see that there. A little bit of jiggle. A little bit of jiggle. We're not going to get hung up on that. But I did show you something here that I didn't even mention. So it can hold 1/4 inch bits. Now, as for the handle's pretty big. It's about 5.5 inches, maybe a bit more than 5.5 inches long. Or actually, no, a little under 5.5 inches long. The camera's just playing tricks on us. And the 1/4 inch stem, if you will, goes about 1 inch deep into there, but it doesn't go any deeper. So I don't know why they did that. There's a lot of handle, you know, on other models, you can get it all the way down like that, but for some reason on this model, they made it so that it only goes about 1 inch deep. But we can use it as a bit driver. Okay, and I'm just going to take out this bit right here, just to kind of put in one of my other bits here, just to kind of show you over here that the magnet does pass through, but it's not the strongest. You know, if I actually put the bit on there, it holds well enough. There is a little bit of wobble, but actually it's staying on there pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Now, I personally use it with a bit on my main driver, which I'll review in an upcoming video, but why don't I show you how it actually works on some bits. So, first of all, right here, we have the 1/4 20, and it works just fine. We can pull it all the way out. almost out. And you can see it's staying on there pretty good. Let's put this guy back in. Okay, and now we'll flip the socket, flip socket, okay, and we'll just drive this guy in. And this is the 5/16, and that works just fine. And then the last guy I have on here for us is, I believe, a 3/8. Yeah, so I have a 3/8 here, and we'll get him fully out just to see how the magnet deals with this big guy. So 3/8. So it's not bad. It keeps it in there pretty secure. Let's go ahead and put that guy back in there. Oh, actually, there you go. That's pretty good. So it's nice that, of course, the sockets work as sockets. One of the benefits of this is that it's impact rated. So what we can do here is, I'll just put it back together real quick. And now typically, the ending normally is like that, but I took that part off because I'm crazy. But so I'm going to use this Makita adapter here. This is the Makita, I can't read that. Let's see, a Makita MBH 1/4 inch, or M8H, MBH 1/4 inch. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put that guy in my impact driver, and I mean, it works, you know, as you'd expect. Let's so yeah, it's impact rated. What more do you want there? But you'll notice when just happened there, when I pulled it off, this guy fell out. And that's kind of a problem, is that sometimes these sockets, when you pull them out, they'll slide everything up and this guy will fall off. The other thing that can happen with this guy is, if you're using it without these guys on, and you're using it as a bit driver, sometimes this can get lodged if you're kind of going inside of a vent or something like that. When you come out, it can pop out pretty easily. So I don't know, I just lodged my bit there somewhere, but that's okay. So yeah, sometimes, oh, actually the bit's right there. I'm blind. But yeah, so sometimes the socket kind of really comes off there real easily when you're not careful, when it's in its bit driving mode. It's not super secure in its bit driving mode, and it feels very, here, you know what? I'll put it in its second. So this is in the nut driver mode. You pull it back, you hear another click, and it's more jiggly now. And I don't feel like there's enough holding on, because I can simply just do that, like almost without really any strength to do that. So if you're not careful, if you keep this in nut driver mode, right, now it can fall off. It can easily catch and fall off. Now if you have, oh, this guy's always difficult to get on. If you have these guys on there, okay, it's not as hard to catch in there, right? And when you have it like that, you can shore these up. You can push them up so that the chances of that hitting on something is less. But like I'm barely pulling here, and it requires almost nothing to pull that guy off. So if you're in tight positions sometimes, this isn't the best bit driver, and because it can fall off, and you know what, that's okay. You know, we all fall apart sometimes. And what's important is that you're not hard on yourself when you fall apart. Just remember that you can always put yourself back together again. And thanks for coming to my workshop.